Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being here today. I'm Town Manager Mike Downs. I want to welcome you all to the grand opening of the new North Branford Police Station and Emergency Operations Center. I want to welcome all of you and note some special guests we have here with us today. Members of the Town Council, Mayor Rose Angeloni, Councilor Nick Palladino, Councilor Walter Goad, Councilor Marie Diamond, Deputy Mayor Jeff McMillan. Did I miss any other council members that are here that popped in that I didn't happen to notice? Okay. Our former chief, Kevin Halloran, is here with us today. And our Director of Public Works, Fran Marola. Members of the Permanent Project Building Committee, Steve Whalen, Tom Bailey, Lou Fonda, and Al Rose. Special guest, Colonel Dan Lockman of the Connecticut State Police. And then, of course, our guests of honor today, the men and women of the North Branford Police Department. We also have with us Representative Vin Candelora, State Senator Christine Cohen, State Senator Paul Ciccarella, and Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro. While we just broke ground on this new facility in February of last year, the journey to get here where we are goes back much further. The old police facility just across the street long ago became an obsolete and insufficient headquarters for the men and women who do such an excellent job of protecting our community. There are many who in our community who are instrumental in making today a reality. Our Town Council, Board of Police Commissioners, the Permanent Project Building Committee, Chief Jim Lovelace, former Chief Kevin Halloran, former Deputy Chief and Mayor Michael Duty, State Representative Vin Candelora, as well as our state legislative delegation, and Mike Fumiati, our purchasing assistant, who did a lot behind the scenes working with the Permanent Project Building Committee. So I want to introduce you to some of the key people who played a role in making this new facility that we're celebrating today a reality. This is a time for a lot of new things for our police department, and while Chief James Lovelace is our new Chief of Police, he is not new to our town or this department. He has a long and distinguished career in law enforcement here in North Branford, including his previous service as Deputy Chief, and look forward to his formal swearing in this evening. This new facility is in no small way part of his vision for the future of policing in our town. As Deputy Chief and now as Chief, he played a pivotal role in bringing this project forward and has been deeply immersed in all aspects of its construction along the way, investing immeasurable hours in getting it ready for this day when the department would take occupancy. It's my pleasure to introduce to you our Chief of Police, James Lovelace.
The town manager's right. I think I've been living here the last 2 weeks, but it's all worth it. Thank you, Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro, State Representative Vincent Candelora, Mayor Angeloni, Board of Police Commissioners, distinguished guests. This building marks a culmination of an 8-year project for me. We have been blessed with the support of our community, our state and federal partners, and all of our elected town officials to create and build a state-of-the-art police facility. Newfield Construction did an amazing job. We were tough. The timeline was strenuous. And we demanded perfection every step of the way. Newfield Construction exceeded all of our expectations. This building will be an icon of all police facilities from now and into the future. It was developed and designed not only to meet today's needs, but the adaptability for the needs of our community in the future. Many times you hear our public leaders talk about partnerships. Well, this building will not be here today if it wasn't for our leaders putting a small rural community on the forefront of delivering the finest public safety to our residents. To be honest, at the beginning of this endeavor, I never thought or would imagine we'd reach this point. It's not often in law enforcement we see this type of investment into a facility that stands behind me. I am in awe of the community support, the town council support, the support and effort of all my staff through this process. This is not our building, this is our community's building, something they can be proud of and talk with their children for years to come. This building will serve as a landmark in our town and the epicenter of community engagement, creating new partnerships, as well as cultivating an environment of trust and unwavering public safety service for all of our community. Thank you, Chief Halloran, for all the work you did that led us to this point, and thank you for all being here today.
Thank you, Chief. For several years leading up to this moment, the North Branford Town Council deliberated first on the need for this new facility, and then the proposed location, and then the proposed size. All along, the council and its membership sought to give our police department and personnel a proper new state-of-the-art facility which would enhance our first-rate department's ability to protect and serve our community. And that takes more than votes. It takes countless hours of reviewing data and information, taking the time to understand firsthand obstacles before our department, and working collaboratively with our residents and our stakeholders to make sure this town and the department get a top-notch facility that they deserve. Chief among those advocates on the council that did their homework and fought to make this a reality was our mayor. It's my pleasure to introduce to you our mayor, Rose Angeloni.
Good morning. It is truly an honor for me to be standing here this morning for this momentous occasion, ribbon cutting of the new state-of-the-art North Branford Police Department. We have invested many years into making this come to fruition for us. And it is not just the efforts of the town council, but as stated before, it took many people to get this off the ground and to come to this point today. I would like to thank Congresswoman Rosa DeLaura, State Representative Vin Candelora, for their unwavering support and dedication to this building, and for their securing financial support for the town of North Branford. In a few short days, as we look across the field, we will be embarking on our 22nd annual Potato and Corn Festival, and it is truly spectacular to be standing at this site, because this was not the original site of the police department, but in the end, it was the right site for the police department. And the residents of North Branford should be very proud of this facility. I would be remiss if I did not thank our Permanent Project Building Committee, who have countless hours into this project. And as the chief said, they were very tough on everything about this building. We are still working through the punch list, which will go on, but as in all new construction, it will all be fixed. So, to the Permanent Project Building Committee members, thank you for your dedication to this. And to our department, the men and women of North Branford in the police department, this facility is for you. The old facility, you have put up with many things, and we know that you will truly appreciate this new facility. And I was honored to walk through this facility, and as all council members, I am sure we are all honored to have our name on that plaque, that we committed to building this new facility. It is absolutely gorgeous inside, and it will serve the community for decades to come. Thank you all for coming today.
Thank you, Mayor. The town's volunteer board of police commissioners have oversight of our police department and have been intimately aware of the shortcomings of the old police facility for many years, struggling alongside our police administration and our sworn officers to conduct effective police operations in a facility that long ago outlived its usefulness. They have been credible, staunch advocates for this new facility and compelling during the community conversation that led to the approval of the project. I'm pleased to introduce their chair, Chairman Victor Pietandria.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I'm not good with speeches. I'd like to thank all the men and women of law enforcement, Permanent Project, mayor, council members. And I'd like to turn this back over to Mike, and then back over to our vice chair. Could you hear me now? Is it working?
Thank you, Chairman. There's a group of people who are absolute subject matter experts in their field known as the Permanent Project Building Committee. They get together on Monday nights. Which Monday nights, you might ask? All of them. For the last 2 years, this important project has been entrusted to them, and they have diligently managed all aspects of this complicated and critical construction project. Without the countless hours invested by these remarkable citizen volunteers, this project would not be possible. It's my pleasure to introduce Police Commission Vice Chair and designee from the Commission on the Permanent Project Building Committee, Dave Palumbo.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning. I'm going to echo some of the same sentiments that have been already said. First, I'd like to take a moment of silence for all the law enforcement that are here today and that we've lost in the last year for one moment. Without the law enforcement and what we have today, we wouldn't be where we are today. I want to have a special thank you to our Mayor, Rose Angeloni, our Deputy Mayor, Jeff McMillan, and the rest of our town council members that have believed in this project, believed in the permanent project members that have been here for the last couple of years doing this project. It is the state-of-the-art facility, and this community should be very proud to see what we have. I really don't want to take more time than we have. I want to put a special thank you out to Rosa DeLaura and Representative Vin Candelora for believing in us, finding the funds at the state and federal level, because without them, this project wouldn't happen. We have a remarkable building. Hopefully you all got a chance to get in there and see it. And I'd like to turn it back over to them. I'd like to thank our retired Chief Holleran for all his efforts. Chief, throw your hand up. And I would like to thank all of our men and women that serve this department. Every day they go above and beyond. Every day. I am truly, truly honored to be a lifelong resident of this town, a member of the Police Commission, on the Permanent Projects Committee, to see this through. I can't thank you all enough, and I can't thank the leaders of our communities to be able to make this happen. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Dave. As we stand here today, it's easy to forget some of the obstacles that we had along the way. I was in this job for about a half hour when we discovered this planned project was not compliant with certain FEMA filing requirements that necessitated an archaeological study on this land before the project could begin. Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro quickly stepped in as an intermediary with the federal government and helped streamline our path so delays to the project were minimal. She secured $1 million in federal funding to make this building possible, and we're grateful for her dedication and assistance in making this new facility a reality. I'm pleased to introduce our Congresswoman, Rosa DeLauro.
Well, good morning, and isn't it a glorious day? The sun may not be shining, but it is shining here on this wonderful, wonderful facility, which I hope to get a chance to see when we conclude the program today. And thank you so much for the introduction. And with all of you here to celebrate the opening of this building, which will make our community safer, to help our police, our fire, our emergency responders, to help them to continue to do their job, keeping us all safe as effectively as possible. Let me recognize the brave North Branford public safety leaders who are here today as well. State House Minority Leader Vincent Candelora, North Branford Mayor Rose Angeloni, Town Manager Michael Downs, Chief Lovelace, and I know the Deputy Chief Pendleton is here as well. Police Commission Chair Victor Piandrea, and Police Commission Vice Chair Dave Palumbo. And if I might just take a moment to say about Dave Palumbo, if you will, what a fierce advocate of this effort he has been. I have to tell you the number of phone calls I got from Dave Palumbo. He was indefatigable in making sure that we were going to be able to secure the $1 million, and then with the ups and downs of the effort to make sure that we were able to move forward, and move forward we have, and this is a reality. Also, just to recognize our state senator Christine Cohen. I mentioned Vincent Candelora and the mayor, and Chief Howard. Thank you for your great work as well. And I see Paul Ciccarella is here as well. So, and all of the council members and this Monday night group of the Permanent Project Building Commission. Wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall at those meetings? It'd been great. But thank you for the many hours that you have put in here. We are officially opening this new state-of-the-art facility today. Years of cooperation and partnership between the residents of North Branford, elected officials, and our police. And so it's the old station, which I was at, here in North Branford, was over 40 years old. And the area has grown significantly since then, with a population nearly doubling. The town needed a facility that could meet the increased public safety needs of the area, and they got to work to make it happen. From designing a building to fit the new needs of the community, to deciding on the site, and as the mayor said, this is the right site, managing the first bids, completing the required pre-colonial site survey. This project has relied on extensive cooperation between local, state, and federal officials. And I, again, would especially like to recognize the Town Council and the Permanent Project Building Committee, who devoted so many hours of their lives to making sure this project was done the right way, with the needs of the community foremost in mind. It is a collaboration that we have today. And yes, it is federal, state, local government, the community, interested people in getting engaged and wanting to make their community safer. This was built, the facility was built with over $4.5 million in state funding and $1 million in federal funding, which I am continually proud to have been able to secure. Projects like these are why, when I chair the House Appropriations Committee, I fought to bring back community project funding. This is a community project, trying to make the process more transparent, new requirements that ensure the funding is responsibly directed. It is members of Congress who know their communities, but it is communities who know their communities and the needs. And that interest is what projects and moves the community project process. The funds go directly to the community, allow them to move forward with local infrastructure projects, foster new developments, invest in childcare, build climate resiliency, help our healthcare centers support the patient's medical needs, and so much more. In my role, I have given the highest priority for robust funding for state and for local police. We need more police with the resources that they need in order to be able to protect us. And this new facility will support our brave local police, our emergency responders at every stage of their jobs, including preventing, responding to, and investigating crimes and crises. This facility will help to improve the communication between law enforcement, other public safety agencies, and the public, and provide a place for training, for professional development, more capacity for our emergency responders to handle a wide range of scenarios. This is a proactive approach. It is essential for maintaining safety in our neighborhoods. Ultimately, these upgrades will help protect over 14,000 North Branford residents. It is my hope, and I will continue to work to direct funding to proven programs that strengthen our public safety. In addition to this specific funding for the facility in North Branford, I've been able to secure over $664 million for the COPS program, the Community Oriented Police Services program, $713 million for the Violence Against Women Act, and an increase of $13 million over last year. Protecting the public is the first responsibility of government. That is why I've worked so hard with all of you to secure this funding, and why I believe will continue to be a strong supporter of our brave police department and our first responders. They work night and day. They put their lives on the line for us. They make sure that we are safe in our homes and their businesses. And I'll take a moment to say a thank you to their families as well, because their families want to know that when their loved one leaves the house in the morning, that they're able to come back safely at night. And that is our responsibility. So I'm so grateful and delighted to be here with all of you. And you really demonstrate that this effort in terms of community projects is a reality, and it is something that the federal government needs to be involved in, should be involved in, so that we can commit to efforts such as this facility today. Thank you so, so much for asking me to be with you today. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman. State Representative Vin Candelora can always be relied on by the North Branford community, especially when it comes to issues of public safety and supporting law enforcement with the means, equipment, and advocacy necessary for them to do their jobs. At the state capitol, Vin is one of the strongest voices of our law enforcement community, which this year included advocating for the creation of the new Fallen Officer Fund, which provides a $100,000 benefit to the family of an officer killed in the line of duty, and providing the family a path to maintain health coverage in the officer's plan for 5 years. Vin secured $4.5 million in state funding toward this brand new facility, and we're grateful for his constant dedication and support. I'm pleased to introduce State House Republican leader Vincent Candelora.
Thank you. And on behalf of the state delegation, it gives me pleasure to be here and congratulate the town of North Branford on this ribbon cutting. I'd like to start with continue with the parade of thank yous, and just point out one councilwoman, Marie Diamond, who started this ball rolling, I think, at our level, and brought attention to the conditions that our police officers were working under. Not many people go behind the scenes and have the ability to see the actual conditions of a building, and it was quite remarkable that our police officers did their job as well as they did, and did it with a smile, and really didn't expose to us what their needs were. And for a profession that I think is the most scrutinized of any profession in the country, if you think about it, when we see on social media people say, oh, this building is so big, people need to realize that our law enforcement have to undergo so much, not just scrutiny, but they need to have data collection and certain protections and protocols that government have placed upon them. This building responds to a lot of those requirements, and in addition, it goes above and beyond just protecting the residents of North Branford, but it has regional capabilities that can protect other towns in our communities. So it really is a very forward-thinking building, the first of its kind, I think, in the state of Connecticut. I think it will be an important model that we see in other regions pop up in the state of Connecticut. And on behalf of Senator Cohen and Senator Ciccarella, it just gives us great pleasure to be part of this and to be able to make sure that the state paid its fair share and it didn't just fall on the local communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Vin, and thank you to our legislative delegation. So now we're going to move on to the ribbon cutting, and we did bring a nice red ribbon here, but I mean, this is a police facility, so I can't think of a better ribbon to use than this, so I think that's what we're going to do. So if I could have the mayor and the chief front and center for that cutting, and also have our members of the town council, permanent project building committee, our speakers, legislative delegation, and also our officers come forward to be part of this. We'll do that now, and then right after we're done with that, it'll be over, and we're going to be having some light refreshments inside. Thank you.
Wait, yeah, I mean, where's? One, two, three, go. All right.